Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are previewing Week 7 in the NFL. We're talking right now with Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com. His top players of the week are at his site, and in our videos, he takes whatever I ask him to take. And one of the games I asked him to cover this week, Cincinnati, Indianapolis. Joe Duffy, thanks for being back with us.
All right, thank you, Peter. Let's pick some winners, baby.
All right, thanks for covering all these games that aren't necessarily games where you have a strong opinion on. Before we get to it, tell everyone about OffshoreInsiders.com, where you sell the picks you do have a strong opinion on.
No, I do. And in fact, watch all the videos, because I think at least once in college and at least once in pro, I specifically said these are definitely going to be premium plays. And some of the picks I gave, I'm actually looking at them to see if they're going to be upgraded to premium plays. But 27 years of experience, full-time, going back to the score phone days. Look, millennials, ask your dad or your mom about me. They've been betting with me for many, many years, all kinds of experience and winning experience at OffshoreInsiders.com.
All right, Joe. Well, since the Indianapolis, right now Indianapolis is a 3-point home favorite. The total is up a bit, 49.5 or 50, up from 49. And when this line first came out, I was scratching my head just a little bit. I was thinking that seems a little bit low. 2 weeks ago, Indianapolis was this kind of a favorite against Baltimore. It turned out that they did take sharp action, according to Brent from BetDSI. In that game, they did cover, and the sharp action turned out to be right. And I'm kind of thinking, just at first glance, that we have sort of a similar situation here, since they're off the high-scoring overtime tie, which they got an ATS loss on. They have injuries at wide receiver. A.J. Green and Marvin Jones were out last week. Indianapolis, they were a sharp play at -3 against Baltimore 2 weeks ago. Why would they not be a sharp play here, again at home, -3 against Cincinnati? I'm not exactly seeing it. Is Indy the side you like here?
Yeah, no, and this line's probably going to change, not so much because of just sharp action, but as you said, A.J. Green, he is questionable for this week. Cincinnati, they are banged up at linebacker, and A.J. Green, that is no small injury. It's not a small information whether or not he is going to play. But the Bengals they're playing pretty well this year. They're 3-1-1 straight up. And let me check. Andy Dalton, is he still their quarterback? Marvin Lewis, is he still their head coach? Yep. Yep, he is. So they're playing fairly well, so go against them. But in reality, they're not necessarily playing all that great. They're actually 0-1-1 straight up after a 3-0 start and 0-2 against the spread. First 3 games, their defense allowed 4.9 yards per play. The last 2, they're allowing 0.58 yards per play. But yeah, don't underestimate that. I mean, they went a full overtime period, and that's 1 quarter extra, literally 1 quarter extra, and that's both physically and emotionally draining. Indianapolis, yeah, maybe even I tried to outsmart myself a little bit about them earlier in the year, where I said, look, they're very strong at wide receiver, they're very strong at quarterback, but they're weak everywhere else. But in today's game, so passing oriented, you can cover up a lot of weak everywhere else with. They have one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and man, not only do they have a top-heavy 2 tremendous receivers, but they complement each other with Hilton and Wayne. 2 complementing. I mean, it's one of those, the sum of the 2, what's the saying? The cumulative is better than the sum of its parts, where, yeah, this is as good of a quarterback wide receivers combination as there is in the league. Look, we saw it even going back to his rookie year, where he was so good under pressure. Cincinnati, I think they're clearly descending. I've seen this movie before. I've given you similar analysis 2 years ago. I have a feeling that somehow Marvin Lewis and Andy Dalton are going to be down. They're 3 years from now. They're going to be playing well, and then that's the time to go against them. Sorry, I've seen this movie before. And Indianapolis, yep, you're strong in the right areas. Colts are going to win this and cover.
Yeah, here's what I was thinking when the line first came out, right? I was looking at this. I was like, all right, Indy's covered 4 in a row. They're off extended rest. Cincy's off the OT tie, -3. So I was like, all right, I'm going to bet Cincinnati. And then right as I was about to press enter on my, when I confirmed my password, I was like, wait a minute. -3, that's a fishy line. And I'm thinking, well, maybe the extra rest and the 4 straight wins for Indianapolis will make them a little bit lethargic. Yeah. And the 2 straight frustrating games for Cincinnati will make them kind of pissed off and angry. And that's why the line is so low, that they're going to come back here and that the public is going to get trapped here with Baltimore. And so I pulled the mouse. I pulled my finger off the mouse, and I didn't press enter. What do you think about those thoughts, Joe Duffy?
Well, no, obviously we've been talking for several years, and that's what I always say when you're talking about rest, and the NBA is, 2 weeks away. This is so important when we're talking about 5 games in 7 nights and teams playing back-to-back, and then sometimes I'll have 3 days off, et cetera, that whether it's buys in football, the bowl games where they have the long rest, or etc. You are correct. When you are playing well, that's when you really don't want the extra rest. You don't want to have a bye. You don't want to have a Sunday game following a game that, 2 Thursdays ago. You want to play right away. So yeah, this is a situation where when you're playing extremely well, the extended rest can actually hurt you. But still, all in all, as I said, I just think the Bengals, they've been, well, I'll use that term. I don't think I've used it yet this week on any of our videos, predictably unpredictable.
Yeah. And
now they seem to be heading a little bit down. And again, it's a nice spot too. I would always like to play a team off of a full 15-minute overtime.
All right, well, Joe Duffy liking Indianapolis -3, and that's the way I'm thinking too. But it just seems fishy. Seems fishy. But that is Joe's recommendation as of right now. Thanks so much, Joe.
The SBR Network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns, big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.